This beats from another world.
Shalom to elect Israel, to the hopeful elect Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, foreigners, so I said like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praise to Barak, Barak, Barak. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Bahasham, Rawchaa, name of the Heavenly Father, who everybody ignorantly calls God. His true name in the ancient Hebrew, which is in the Rawchaa and Qaash, his true name is Yahawah. Bahasham means in the name of. Yahawash is the Holy One is, where everybody ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, the so-called Negro from the tribe of Judah, who was slain at the foundation of the earth for the salvation of the elect of Israel. Then you got 2/3 of the wicked Israelites here in America, Babylon the Great, who in the wicked Israelites scattered across the four corners of the earth, that'll come back to the loins of the elect after the destruction. The Rawchaa is the Holy Spirit that has been bestowed upon the men. The Heavenly Father gave his only begotten Son out of the world to complete this work. So we always want to give double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, led us all to this truth. Been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness and wrath to all those who are part of the elect, to the hopeful elect. Lord, when we part of that number, Lord, when this be edifying us, we fear the name of the Lord, striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah 3:5. It is not slack. 2 Peter 3:9 is unto a ring. 2 Peter chapter 5, verse 42. Shalom, all you still believers out there tuning in, hearing on after Yahawah, Bahasham, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Barak. We're just going to get into various end time topic lessons, just going into things that have been going on, things that, we want to update on concerning the currency. We're having some updates on, things going digital, going into a couple other things dealing with, prophecy. So Lord, when it's edifying to the flock, the title is Opportunity Does Not Waste Time with Those Whose Spirits Are Unprepared. So, we're looking for an opportunity to be saved across the four corners of the earth, the Israelites, and, ultimately here in America, Babylon the Great, the majority of us. And if you're not spiritually prepared, that opportunity is not going to waste time with you. It's not going to give you no means to be able to make it out of here. So that's why right now, when we have the opportunity to, continually grow through the spirit and power of Bahasham, we don't want to waste that time, man. We don't want to spend time doing other things that's not pertaining to salvation. So, and one big thing is edifying the flock. A lot of people think that doing these videos is not a big deal. That people think that doing lessons and warning Israel of the danger coming, it's like we're not going to get nothing for this. And opportunity is not going to waste time with those people. You got a lot of people out here claiming to be spiritual, and a lot of them don't have no understanding of what that means. Ultimately, it's just going to get them destroyed. So, hey, we ain't even worried about them. We're trying to make sure that we get right with the Heavenly Father while we're down here. So we're going to start with this first little video. The title is American Bank Center to Stop Accepting Cash. Okay, so they're starting to get more cutting down cash. Okay. So this is the American Bank Center. So let's watch this, and we'll go into some precepts.
Speaking of the American Bank Center, a heads up, some big changes on the way, all in the name of speed, safety, and convenience. Starting next month on July 1st, all sales will be 100% cashless. And that means no more paper money at the box office, concessions, or even for parking. Forms of payment will just be credit cards, debit cards, or mobile wallets like Apple Pay or Google Pay. Officials say it's all about creating a faster, more secure experience and reducing wait times across the venue.
Okay, so the American Bank Center, we're going to learn a little bit. We're going to type in a little bit about them and show you how serious this is. These are the people who you got to, when you want to go to a concert or you want to go do whatever, they're going digital July 1st. Okay, so in a month. And this is what Trump was talking about he was going to do. So I want to type this in. What does American Bank Center run? Let's do that. Or let's say operate. See how, how much stuff it can pull up the toes, how big this is. So it says facility. The facility hosts numerous conventions, trade shows, exhibitions, live performances, and sporting events. So if you want to go see Thunder, it's going to be digital from now on. You can't come with cash. Okay, you want to go watch a show or whatever, go to whatever, anything, baseball shows, anything. You want to go watch the college football games, they're hosting all that. Okay, they can host the majority of it. Located directly in the beautiful Corpus Christi Bay downtown, American Bank Center is flexible for any group offering complimentary Wi-Fi, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So this is a big deal. They provide access to stocks, okay, options, features, currencies, bonds, and funds in 200 countries and territories. Okay? They're going cashless. Okay? In a month. Okay? That's why we praying that we out of here, man. We praying that Jacob's trouble go down and they issue in the mark of the beast. And this is in the mark of the beast. We're gonna read it because this is the one thing that Jake don't want to focus on, man. This is a very serious prophecy, man. You got to know what this is, because if you take it, you will get blown up here in America, Babylon the Great. You will face that fire, man. And just the majority of Jake out here, they just be trying to get too deep, man. They just want to talk about a whole bunch of shit that don't mean nothing, man. We don't have time for that. We trying to redeem the time because we ain't had all our lives to be able to warn Jake what's coming. We've only had a portion of our lives to be able to explain to Israel what is happening, man. Revelation 13, verse 16, and that's only to the hopeful elect, the ones who, the remnant, the ones who are believers. We don't really like talking to unbelievers, man. We don't really want to talk to them because it's wasting our time. Because we're looking for people who are looking for what? Opportunity. Okay, for salvation. If you're not looking for that, we're not looking for you then. Just Revelation 13, 16, and he calls them all, both small and great, rich and poor. Who is he? Who is he that calls it that? Esau, even the so-called white man, because they have all the money. Okay, all their faces is on the dollar, so that's how we know that's the he. He's gonna issue this. Okay, talking about all the kings of the Edomites. Okay, the so-called white people. It ain't just one antichrist. Okay, and really all that means is just anti-anointed. Okay, and they're not anointed. They don't have the mercy of Yahawash coming for them, man. So both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So even y'all that's out there think you got all this bread, you can just jump off the grid and you can just be out there living off the land with all your little money. No, they're gonna pull up on y'all too because there's satellites in the sky. They know where everybody at. They're gonna pull up on you to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. You go in that word mark, it means karagma, okay, in the Greek. It means an incision, okay? So basically, right now, we see they're talking about the American Bank Center that runs all the shit. They're saying what? We finna go digital. So what does that mean? The next step is putting it in you, which is the RFDI chip. The same little square thing on your card. You tap it on the screen, and then it says you bought it, right? Well, they want to take that and put it in you. That's the mark of the beast, man. And the beast is talking about NATO and the EU, okay? Which is ran by who? America, Babylon the Great. They're the ones who are wanting you to receive the charagma, okay? The C-hip. That's what we call it, So mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Forehead, we say that in the Greek is metaton. It's talking about between the eyelids, okay? And I really wanted to go into this pretty soon, but it's they just went over their review for the guy who's been wearing his little Neuralink for the last year, okay? And he was talking about all the shit he can do and what he can't do. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, which is the charagma, or the name of the beast. The beast is NATO or the EU, or the number of his name, okay? Which is basically their barcode system, okay? And then the image of the beast is talking about the system, okay? The grid. Verse 18, here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, which we know is 666. It is the number of a man, which is Esau, even so-called white man. And his number is 603 score and 6. Because when you read in the Old Testament, Esau, even the so-called white man, sold his birthright, okay, for a morsel of meat. That's why you see Edomites, they be eating steak tartare and raw meat all the time. Bloody, medium rare steaks, because that's what they basically sold they essence for the fatness of the earth. Okay, but they're just bloody people, so that's why they do that too. They love blood, man. They don't resist blood, man. Okay, they love blood. That's why they eat their steaks like that. Jake don't eat our stuff like that. It'd be well done. You go down there in Greenville, Mississippi, where I'm from, shoot, you ain't gonna see nobody cooking no steak tartare, no medium rare, and if they do, they some damn Edomites, because all the Jakes down there, we're grilling our shit all the way. That's how we do it. You got some Jakes that's weird, and they be doing that shit Esau doing. So we ain't just saying just because you eat a medium rare steak, you're an Edomite, but it's a very likely chance you are if you is doing that shit. But you got some Jakes doing that shit too, because they just weird ass Jakes. Because they didn't went in the way of Cain. They taking the going taking the ways of Esau. And I want to read one more in the blue letter. And what we're showing you is the old fashioned of this world is passing away, man. So you need to stop wasting your time with people who are not spiritually getting prepared. Okay? Because it starts with your spirit, because your spirit is always going to survive longer than your flesh is. So you need to make sure your spirit is intact, man. You know, and part of that is taking care of yourself. Yes. We're not saying don't take care of yourself. What we're saying is you need to make sure your spirit's intact, man. Because it said no man's strength is going to prevail. So the only way you got any shot at getting out of this is making sure you're not wasting your time with people who are not looking for opportunity to be saved. If you're messing with any of them, then you're just wasting time, man. You know? Because the time's coming where this shit is finna be over with. 1 John chapter 2, verse 16. Gonna hit the red letter. It's Yahawash. Wait, no, it's not Yahawash speaking right here. 1 John chapter 2, verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. So you can't be talking about all this, you love the Lord, and then your ass is showing up to all the baseball games and sports games and all that pretty soon. Because why? Because it's going digital. Okay? And if you're any kind of a spiritual person, you're going to understand you need to start getting prepared to what? Be off the grid. Okay? Because we're not going to accept it. So you have to get used to being out here. Okay? And not with society. That's what we're doing right now. That's why we don't go out nowhere. You know? Not saying we just don't go out nowhere, period. We got to go to work and stuff. But what we saying is, it's like we're not out here like on a tip of like trying to have fun and shit. Like we're out here trying to prepare to be without all this shit. So, but it's of the world, and the world passes away, and the lust thereof, right? But he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. See? So that's what we know, man. Everybody has this, they don't understand that the fashion of this world, man, is disappearing, man. I want to put one more in there. I want to go to 1 Corinthians 7:30. Yeah. So 1 Corinthians 7, verse 30. It reads, and yeah, we can do that. We can start right there. And they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not, right? Basically going into, we got to be in the world, but we're not doing it to basically establish ourselves here. We're just doing it basically to have our basic necessities to survive, to do what? Warn Israel, okay? So though they possess not, and also, contribute to the tabernacle. So they possess not, and they that use this world as not abusing it, right? We don't abuse it and just be overdoing anything, for the fashion of this world passeth away. So it's okay if, Jake, you know what I'm saying, you have a nice car or whatever, or you got a job or whatever, and you doing your thing, but we're not doing it in a sense of like, we're trying to fit into this place. Because Jake is predominantly, we're, a stylish people, man. The Lord spoke about how, we dress with pearls and gold and whatnot. Okay. We were decked out when the Lord put us out here first. So those are our customs, but this is a time of mourning, man, because the tabernacle's falling. But that don't mean that we don't, dress nice a little bit or whatever, or have our own style. That's just Jake. We're the salt of the earth. You know, we're always going to have a unique thing, unique traits about each one of us. So we're going to look up this word. I want to look up this word fashion. Okay, I want to make sure I click the right word. Right, because it said the fashion of this world, passes away. We're going to look up this word fashion in the Greek.
Strong's G 4976. Schema.
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 Right? Schema. It says a habitus as comprising everything in a person which strikes the senses, the figure, bearing, discourse, actions, manner of life, etc. So everything that you're seeing here, what do we usually use? The dollar. We usually use cash. Okay? But the fashion of this world is passing away. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to take it all the way to the digital to create their utopia, their birthright. They're trying to create a birthright, man. Okay? But they're going to need basically humans to run it. Okay? They're going to need you to basically be the slaves. Okay? You, me, everybody else. So they got to plug us into it. You know? And this is where we're at right now. We're in the time where there's only a small portion of people who are going to get the opportunity to prepare, okay, the correct way. Okay. This is where we're at right now. Daniel 12:10. Many shall be purified and made white. Who is that talking about? The elect. What is he going to do with them? And try, right? He's going to make them go and take, see if they're going to take the MOTB. Right? And when we say MOTB, we mean mark of the beast. Okay? That's what we were saying for people who are new. But the wicked shall do wickedly, right? So there's people who the opportunity is not going to waste its time on everybody. You got the people in the churches, these damn, we can say antichrist. That's what, Apostle Tahar, has been calling them. But, you can call them that or call them unbelievers. Because if you don't believe in what we believe in, you are an unbeliever. If you're questioning us all the time on why we believe in what we believe in, you're an unbeliever. Okay? We're not going to sit here and keep talking to people who are unbelievers. We're going to give Jake about 2-3 times. And if that's it. Other than that, you better go watch the videos and get yourself right, because we're not wasting our time, man. The hopeful elect represent opportunity. We're not here to be fucking around with y'all, man. Be asking all these weird ass dodo bird ass questions. I had one dude, he asked me, he tried to, because he wanted to ask me about reincarnation. He started talking about all this weird shit and people come back as animals and shit. No, there's nowhere in the scriptures to talk about you come back reincarnated as a pig if you was a human. No, you come back as a human and you come back in your lineage. What the fuck is wrong with Jake, man? Jake just be saying weird ass shit and then be expecting us to not feel a little bit annoyed, man. Because we're serious over here. We're not fucking playing. I came in the truth 2 years ago. I done made 1,000 videos. The fuck makes you think I don't believe what I'm talking about? That's the problem with Jake. You sure you the fuck get the fuck out of here, man. Stop talking to me. That shit's annoying as fuck. You insulting our intelligence. Don't do that shit. You know what I mean? And people just want us to be up. Nah, man. That's what's wrong with people, man. She's gonna start not even answering your ass. Just leave us the fuck alone. Let us do our job. So, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. Right? So they don't understand why we do what we do. They don't understand that this is your opportunity to not get blown up here. Okay? This is your opportunity not to get blown up here, man. this is, but I don't know. It's all good. He ain't saying nothing crazy. So, Shalom, man. So, but the wise shall understand, right? So the wise is going to understand that there's one way out of here. There's only one way to be able to receive opportunity to not get blown up here. And it said the righteous shall scarcely be saved, man. We don't got time for no weird questions. We don't want to debate. We don't want to do all that. We're almost out of time. They're making the money digital right now. Okay, you got 1 month. And then if you want to go do anything that has to do with entertainment, okay, you're going to have to go digital. This is what we've been telling Jake, man. This is what we've been telling Jake. And we're going to keep telling you and keep updating you so you can see all the way to the end. Your ass get blown up for taking that MOTB. It wasn't our fault, man, because we told you. Now, this is something I wanted to come out with because this is some of their new stuff. They're trying to scare Jake. They're trying to scare Jake and say all this weird shit. And so this is Earth's oxygen won't last forever, right? Question mark. Says, turns out our breathable air is on borrowed time. Scientists say Earth's oxygen-rich atmosphere will eventually vanish, right? Making a way for methane-heavy world where most life, including us, can't survive. That's not what's going to happen, right? Right? This could happen way sooner than the sun frying us, like in a billion years. They always be saying stuff like that, man. We've not been here for no billion years. The Earth is about 12,000, 13,000 years old, man. Ain't no damn billion years old. Like, if we was a billion years old here, how the fuck these motherfuckers got streets and they still got potholes and cracks in them? That's retarded as hell. There's no damn way we've been here no billions of years. Y'all motherfuckers can't even make a straight ass road and keep it straight. Hell nah. Y'all motherfuckers ain't been no billion ass years. Y'all buckethead ass lying. Now they talking about the earth is going to be uninhabitable. No, it's meant for humans to be on the shit. That's why we're on it. The fuck is wrong with these people, man? We're going to show you in the scriptures the earth is going to abide forever. It ain't going to be some just uninhabitable place for us. It's always going to be humans inhabiting it. Except in the land of America, Babylon the Great. That is not going to be inhabited. It's going to be dirt clods. There's still gonna be air over there though, but ain't nobody gonna be able to go here because the Lord is gonna command it. You think he just gonna let somebody just go in here and walk around? No, ain't nobody ever gonna come here again. Ain't nobody gonna want to. As beautiful as everything else is gonna look like in the universe and everything else, there is no reason why you would want to come back here, especially us. We fucking hate it here. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. See? So it ain't gonna be like some just uninhabitable place where, all the oxygen goes away. No, this place is meant to have oxygen on it. So this is another thing they're trying to do to scare Jake, man. And this is just part of this weird ass doctrine people be saying, like all this weird shit. Earth's oxygen won't last forever. Yes, it's going to always be oxygen here. Okay? That's how you know how when the missiles hit and flames is going to be big as fuck. So that oxygen is going to help it. It's going to be the oxygen going to run out. This is really what Jake need to be worrying about. This stuff coming up. Esau Edom coming down with great wrath. Says hate crime. Black man, so-called black man, right? Because he's not really black. That was a term invented, around the 1600s, 1700s. It's really, that goes back to Judah. Judah are the so-called Negroes. Those are the black people. Okay? Beaten and berated with N-word, right? It's calling them a nigga by Indiana biker gang in viral video, right? So this is the stuff that Jake needs to understand. Like, this is what's coming. Okay? Civil War. All this stuff's coming. We just giving you accounts of they out there doing this shit to Jake, man. And a lot of reasons Jake is happening to Jake because Jake is not taking the opportunity to get right with the Lord, man. So he's gonna let Esau Edom do whatever he wants to him. Jake be trying to act like he the victim and shit when he get his ass beat the fuck up out here because you didn't want to listen to Bahasham. Well, that's on you. And we're not gonna feel sorry for your ass because we've been out here every day online, all across four corners of the earth, brothers saying the same stuff. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, right? Who's them? The one who have taken the opportunity to get saved. Supposed to be doing and doing it the right way. Because you can't just be out here talking about you love the Lord and, teaching the wrong doctrine. It has to be the right doctrine. It has to match. Everything's got to match. Verse 30, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. So a lot of people are going to be astonished when they get their damn head stomped in, or a damn robot grab their ass and start DDTing their ass because they didn't want to get right with the Lord in time. Civil war's coming. 2nd Ezra 13, verse 31. But first what's got to happen is the MOTB be made mandatory. But before that, it has to be the family of the word. And soon they're going to cut us out. Soon they're not going to let us teach you no more. Verse 31, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. That's talking about civil war, man. World War III. All the wars. Okay? So this is what's leading up to it, showing this kind of stuff. It's going to be like this mass scale. It's going to be more than just beating us up a little bit and calling us niggers. They're going to be really trying to kill us. So we got over here. Let me go to this too. I want to go to this Ezekiel because they've had perpetual hatred towards us. They ain't never liked us. You got Jake over here talking about the so-called white man can get saved. No, he can't. That's why the Lord said the wicked shall not understand. So what does it mean that they ain't gonna understand? That means their ass is gonna get destroyed. Esau even was not made to understand the truth. He was made to go against it. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, thou hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. See, we just seen that. We just seen an account of it. We got it on. We got it the receipts. This is what they be doing to us. They ain't doing it to these small hats over there in the land of Israel right now saying that they Israel, right? They're not doing it to them like that. It might be like a couple people every now and then, but not like so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, man. These motherfuckers been busting our ass, man, for a long time. They try to use World War II like that little 6 years, that little pussy ass little shit they was doing to them over there. That ain't nothing, man. Jake done went through thousands of years of these motherfuckers torturing us, doing all types of shit to us, eating us and shit. Nah, that's talking about us. Perpetual hatred, man. They didn't give us no damn land. They said we got kicked out of the land and scattered across the four corners of the earth. They're not Israel. So it's talking about us. By the force of the sword and the time of their calamity and the time that their iniquity had an end, right? So even in the time where we ain't sinning, because iniquity means sin upon sin, the time where we didn't stop doing weird shit and start serving the Lord again, they still gonna be coming after us. This is why the Lord's gonna destroy their ass, and he's gonna pursue them. Verse 6, therefore as I live, saith the Lord Yahawash, I will prepare unto thee blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And that's what he's going to do with Esau, even so-called white man. A lot of these young gangster niggas, these little young niggas, they going to be tearing Esau's ass up. Okay? Because they don't got no damn sense. The Lord's going to use them to come against Esau too. But wait till his army pull up. Wait till the Lord's military pull up. Okay? Talking about the 144,000 leg men. Gonna be busting their ass. So yesterday, we know in Nigeria there's a flood and over 700 people have been kind of dead so far. Now we got over here in Northeast India, 30 were killed as floods and landslides devastate the area. So this is the Lord bringing judgment on these heathens, man. And he's telling Jake, like, how much more I got to do this? How much more I got to show you this kind of shit for you to believe and understand that you need to be searching for the opportunity to get saved. right now, because this shit is finna be over here like this. It's already be like this sometimes. There's been some floods out here, but it ain't as bad as over there because the Lord's jacking that place up over there. That's the the valley of decision. Okay, so the Lord's judging all them because there's more heathens over there than over here. The majority of Israel is over here in America, Babylon the Great. So the Lord's jacking their ass up to show Jake, like, how much more I got to send all this shit and kill a whole bunch of people, because Jake over there too. Because the Lord ain't really coming after the heathens like that. The Lord's coming after Jake, man. He said, I will begin at my sanctuary. So that's everybody who knows they Israelites. So how about the ones that's not Israelites or that are Israelites, but they don't know they Israelites or don't give a fuck? The Lord's at their ass too. So, shit.
Torrential rains and ultimately and untimely monsoons have claimed over 100 lives in India over the last few days. India's northeast has reported 32 deaths due to landslides and floods in the past 24 hours. Assam, Manipur, Tripura, and Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim have been severely struck, with villages inundated, houses collapsing, and people missing. In Assam, 9 people lost their lives due to the flooding in the upper reaches of the state. 5 people died in the state capital after a landslide hit them. The state's meteorological department issued a red alert for multiple districts, warning of a severe flood situation as water levels in 10 major river crossed.
This is the kind of shit Jake be living in, okay? This is the kind of shit Jake be living in. Not all these people are heathens. Some of them is Jake too, and the Lord's judging their ass. So we try to tell you, man. You ain't got too much time to get right. Because we're coming out with stuff every day showing you that the Lord's killing a whole bunch of people, bro. Like, he's killing people every day. Putting people to death. Just so he can show the elect, like, hey, you better continue. Better continue in the faith. Because we ain't even going through what they going through. Not yet. Ezekiel 14:21, and some brothers do be going through stuff. 2023, I got caught in a tornado. He rained on the just and the unjust. Even if you are doing things righteous and stuff, that don't mean you can't go through no shit. Don't be acting like Jake, you just good out here. Ezekiel 14:21, thus saith the Lord Yahawash, how much more when I send my 4 sword judgments upon Jerusalem? So basically, wherever you're at, if you're Israel, when we were scattered, wherever you're at, you're Israel. Okay, because it's always been a people before a place. We're Israel. Okay, and how you really say Jerusalem is Jerusalem. Okay, wherever you're at, that's where he's going to send judgment. Okay, so it says the sword and the famine and the noisome beast and the pestilence to cut off from him man and beast. So he's saying basically, how much more I got to do this for you to get the point that I'm not playing, man. While that's going on, let me continue to verse 22, because it's going to talk about the remnant. It's going to talk about the ones who are taking their opportunity, so opportunity doesn't waste time on them, or doesn't waste time. What I mean to say is opportunity doesn't pass them up. So verse 22, yet behold, therein shall be left a remnant that shall be brought forth through what? The truth. This is how they're being brought forth, through this understanding. Both sons and daughters, behold, they shall come forth unto you, and ye shall see their way and their doings, and ye shall be comforted concerning the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem, right? And this is talking about the elders and the apostles first, because they were comforted because they're seeing all this evil, but they're seeing that what? They're seeing Jake repenting, so they're seeing that their work is bringing people meat for repentance. When we say meat, which means like useful, like Lord's like, I can deal with this person, I can cleanse this person. Okay, and it doesn't mean that you're just going to be just holier than thou and shit. Okay, it doesn't mean that. What it's saying is that you turn from your ways. You ain't living in the fashions of this world. You ain't doing birthdays. You ain't doing holidays. You ain't getting down with what everybody else is doing. But you still got to eat and go to work and do all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we watch movies too, but you know, with the movies, we try to take them and apply them to the truth. You know, it's nothing wicked about watching movies. It's just, you know, us as teachers, we take that stuff and we explain to you and break down to you stuff that's coming, because a lot of that stuff match up with prophecy too. You know, some of it don't, but you can find the right ones, man. You can actually show like this is why they're making these movies like this, because it's matching prophecy. So, like I said, and ye shall be comforted concerning the evil that I brought upon Jerusalem, even concerning all that I brought upon it. And that it is comforting to the apostles because it's prophecy passing. It's comforting to us too when we do it, and we got people coming to seeing our videos, and coming around us, and they coming to the truth. That's good. That means that, you know, the Lord's using the work, and we ain't got to go out here and try to like find people and hand out flyers and be like repent and all that. No, the Lord's going to bring who He's supposed to bring to the truth, man. All we got to do is just put it out there. It's going to reach who it's supposed to reach. You know, we have faith that it will. It's been doing it, and the whole world is in an uproar, and they all, you know, in this state where it's disturbing their normal day lives. So they be up all night, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, you know, trying to talk to one of us, and trying to message us about some bullshit. They ain't got nothing to do with prophecy, and we tired of that shit, man. Jake is tired of trying to talk to people who's not really with this shit. Okay? We ain't gonna debate. We ain't gonna, nah. We're gonna give you a couple times for your ass not be asking some why shit. We're gonna let your ass get blown up out here because we're not here to fuck around with nobody. It's not a damn game. Lord over here is shaking the damn earth up. This is in Greece and Turkey. You know, killed a bunch of other people or something. They said killed 14, killed a girl 14 years old, whatever. Just another thing to show you that the Lord is fucking shit up. It's prophecy. So then we got also this right here. Lord is releasing some vessels of vengeance for somebody out here. It says 250 million bees. You know how they could fit that many in a truck, but they did. In one of them big old semi trucks, they had 250 million bees in there. They were unleashed upon northern Washington after truck overturns. 70,000 pounds of honeybee hives. So all the motherfuckers is just, they was talking about watch swarms of bees and shit. Damn, it's a bunch of them motherfuckers. Them motherfuckers is dope. Shit. Them motherfuckers is out there now. They was like talking about be careful about being out there because they got swarms of bees and stuff all over the place. So I'm gonna put in this last couple of precepts. And we'll get out of here. Sirach, chapter 39, verse 28. And it reads in this book Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So we ain't gonna be surprised we hear in the next week or two somebody get attacked by a whole bunch of bees or something. It's gonna be Bahasham getting whoever he wanted to get. That's why it said it's coming to a time where you're not gonna be able to just be stationary. You're gonna have to be thinking like people that's not from this earth. Which what they want to do is bunk down and be in one area and be safe and, you know, do all that. No, we're gonna have to be basically pilgrims on the earth. We're gonna have to be moving around because we're not gonna be on the grid. You know, Lord willing, we ain't part of that all that MOTB shit. You know, because the spirit of the Lord is gonna have to be on you not to take that thing, man. You're gonna have to have faith in the Lord. You can't just be like you're not gonna take it. You gotta. Everything you do is Lord willing, man. because he's the only reason why we know the doctrine. Second Esdras, chapter 16, verse 40. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and then those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So you're going to have to get yourself spiritually prepared to be able to, you know, keep yourself moving out here, man. And of course, there is a physical aspect to that too, man. You want to be a little bit in shape, so when you get to moving around, shit, we might have to run from something. We never know. So you gotta just keep your mind in that spiritual aspect to be ready, you know, to survive, man. Because all we're gonna have is this wisdom and knowledge and understanding in that day. Because Jacob's trouble is like we don't know what's gonna all be there, man. It's gonna be some terrifying stuff that like's never been on the earth. So we ain't gonna really have no time to just be sitting around. We're gonna have to be moving. So that's kind of some of the things that I came across, you know, in the spirit to deal with. That big main one is, you know, in July, everything's going digital when it comes to you doing anything entertainment wise, man. You know, and it's going to be in mainly the big things, you know, NFL, NBA. It's going to start right there. Then it's going to start trickling down to the bars and all the other little stuff. And because they're the ones who host most of that stuff, man. Okay. So, Lord wills, Ephon to the flock. Shalom to elect Israel, hope elect Israel. Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, foreigners, I said, lucky of the nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praise to Barak, the Halal, Barak, that was shy. Double honors to those and Apostle Great Millstone, let us all to this truth. Lord wills, edifying to the flock. Wa Abba Ball. Peace blessed to your elect, Kwame Yasharala. Shalom.